All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to today's Microsoft Flight Simulator um, live stream. Today, we are in something a little bit different. We've not flown this aircraft in quite some time. The Embraer series from Virtual Coal. Figured I'd give it another shot to see how it goes. Just making sure I'm muted so I don't get the. There we go. All right. So anyway, yeah. Um, I'm your host and pilot, Uncle B. Sorry, I'm getting a little discombobulated here. Uh, so anyway, today we're going from Detroit, Metro Wayne County, down to Birmingham-Shuttlesworth International. This is roughly a flight I did a few years ago when I went down to see my dad down in Birmingham, Alabama. Uh, there's only a small number of direct flights from Detroit to Birmingham now, and those are usually in CRJs, which we don't have yet here on the Xbox side. I don't know if they're ever arriving on the Xbox or not, but I was going to do it in A320, but I thought, no, at least this is as close as we can get to a regional jet. Normally, and I thought this was kind of weird because it's like it seems like it's more plain than it should be. Normally they go from Detroit down to Atlanta and then Atlanta over to Birmingham. And the weird thing is the flight from Atlanta to Birmingham is in a 737. It's not like in a regional jet, which is what it would normally probably be more suited for a regional jet because it's just you take off and bang you don't get up very high, and next thing you know you're lining up for landing it in uh, Birmingham. So yeah, this it doesn't seem it seems like it's too much plane for such a short trip. But anyway, so they Endeavor Airlines is the one that does the nonstop service. I think when I flew down there a few years back, it was still Delta nonstop, but yeah, maybe it's just not. There's not enough money for them to do the flight, you know, nonstop, and they'd rather go to Atlanta because there's probably it's a bigger airport, and maybe they can make a little bit more money flying in and out of there than. But anyway, that's the plan for today. It's going to be just under 2 hours in the air. It should be. um, and we'll keep the live weather on, and we'll get up to about 36,000 feet. We'll just cruise, and then from I think no, it's from here to here where this point is right there. We gotta drop about 15,000 feet, and then I think it's like 2,200 feet for final approach. So, uh, yeah. So we'll start. I think where was it? After okay. So from here we're gonna start dropping altitude, and get ready to land. So hopefully everybody's doing well. Come in and say hello. We got a few minutes before we depart. Now's the time to say hello, please, and thank you. Seems like it's been a busy week on Flight Sim. Within Flight Sim, we had uh, the big update to the ATR. We had, although it seemed like it wasn't going to be till next week, we got the aircraft and avionics update too, um, as well. We got the city update earlier in the week, although it says city, but it's more like another country, world update for France. I don't know. I don't think France is a city. It's a country. so so we got that, and then uh, I was surprised, maybe pleasantly so, but we finally got, and I haven't bought it yet, but maybe down the road I will. But the Corsair has finally come to the Xbox. So whatever, I never found any kind of uh, evidence to suggest that Blackbird, it was Milviz, now it's Blackbird Simulations, has um, was not keen, because they did put the 310R on the Xbox. That was one of their first aircraft that got released after the Wasm fix. So I think they are keen on it. Maybe they weren't at first, but so yeah, I'm kind of anxious to get a hold of that. But I've heard it's very temperamental, kind of like the Spitfire is. It's not easy to take off or land in. So there was an update to the Spitfire. They kind of overhauled the sounds and all kinds of stuff. So they've made some improvements to it. So if you have the Spitfire, do download the update. It's supposed to, the engine sounds are supposed to be better. All kinds of stuff. Um, so they've made some. Seems like they've made some significant improvements to it. So let's see what else. Today's flight brought to you by Parasocks Airline. Parasocks, just because you have a pair of socks does not mean they have to match. Airline CEO and pilot Scruffy Tam is at Flight Sim Expo this weekend. He's already there, I believe, hosting the hot tub parties. Wish I could be there. Sergeant Staff has already been to the NASA Johnson Space Center there in Houston. He did a tour there the other day. A little jealous of that. So yeah, lots of lots of stuff happening. So anyway, so yeah, there's probably going to be more news throughout the weekend from Flight Sim Expo as they announce more stuff happening in the near future for the sim, and Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I'm sure they'll have more news about that, and so yeah, that's the deal. So yeah, about 7 minutes left, and we'll get started. Been teaching, keeping Jody on her toes with the flight simming. She's gotten way better in a very short amount of time, uh, which is good. Um, it's tough to, the main thing is getting the feel for the controller and just knowing just those slight inputs, nothing too severe with the thumbstick. It's easy to overdo it. Uh, so yeah, she's doing well, doing quite well. So, but that's the great thing about the sim is you don't always need somebody to fly with. You can fly solo and just come up with your own trips, and uh it is nice sometimes to fly in a group, And other times it's nice to go like, I think I'm just going to go over here today and see what happens. You know, I can't. There's work. There's just things that I cannot do. Well, no matter who I try to help learn how flight sim works. Uh, there's things that you have to do on your own. Develop that feel for the controller or whatever. You know, I can't do that for anybody. Because it just takes practice and it takes time. So anyway, let's see what else. I think that's pretty much it. So I guess it's going to be quiet in the chat today. I got a few lurkers. That's all right. Watch, I'm going to spawn in, and then that's when everybody's going to go hello. Yeah, typical. Let's see what else. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers things for right now. Oh, there's Steve. Hello, Steve. At least I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. I know I'm talking to somebody out there. It's okay. I figured it's. All right, a few more minutes. We'll spawn in and get the aircraft started up. I did test this the other night. There is kind of like you can press a button and it just sets the aircraft up for gets all the engines started and whatnot. I think. Well, the only thing I think I still have to churn. There's a couple switches I have to throw, but generally it does start everything up for me. So we'll utilize that, and so we can get in the air. So this is going to be a short taxi to runway 4 right. I move the. I was going to be kind of like mid somewhere up in here, but 4 right is one of the departure runways, so I just figured I'd just go right here because it'll just be a short run to 4 right for takeoff, so we won't have to taxi for very long. And then, should be a nice little flight. Probably going to be a bit cloudy till we get above the clouds, and then we should be have a nice sunrise by the time we get into Birmingham-Shuttlesworth. All right, about another minute or so, and I think Steve might be my only lurker. I don't know. Try to get back to it on Monday in the DC6, and we'll see how the rest of the week goes after Monday. I can't believe we're coming to the end of the month already. Seems like just yesterday it was beginning of the new year. Probably, yeah, it might be. It might be. Yeah, that's okay. We'll get above it. Yeah, all right. I think we'll just go ahead and get in here and get things started. Yeah, it's definitely overcast. So, ready for flight. It's the only thing. Okay, I did do it. Okay. Arm that. Go 10 on the flaps. Flight plan. There we go. Let's get our lights on too. Yeah, it's definitely raining here. Alright, I think I need to turn that on. And I need to turn this to auto for the pressurization. Alright, I think we're all set. Why is it? Okay. Alright. Back to the main menu.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board to our flight. We would like to draw your attention to the safety information you need to follow during this flight. Please stow your hand luggage carefully in the overhead compartments. You can place smaller items under the seat in front of you. When the seat belt sign is on, as here we shown. Keep your seat belt fastened until the seat belt sign is off. When you need it, you can release it as here we shown. Before the flight, extension and loop belts are given out by the cabin crew. Ask one if it's necessary. Please switch your mobile phones and all other electronic devices to flight mode. Mobile phones and other electronic devices without a flight mode must be switched off.
Detroit Metro Ground Delta 2749er
All your
requesting
electronic
pushback.
devices and other small devices may be held, but laptops and larger devices must be stored in the overhead compartments of under the seat in front of you. Device is lost. Attempting to damage these detectors is penalized by law. Oxygen masks down automatically. Pull the nearest mask. Place it over your nose and mouth. To adjust your mask and keep breathing normally. Make sure your mask is well adjusted before helping others. Emergency exits are located on each side of the cabin, at the front, center, and rear. The exit signs will help you locate them.
Detroit Metro Ground Delta 2749er requesting the end of pushback.
By pulling the reed toggles or by blowing into the tube or tubes. The light will come on when in contact with water. The crew will provide life vest for infants. Please only put the life vest on your infant in an emergency situation and inflate it immediately. Exit doors are equipped with automatically inflating slides, which the crew will operate in case of an emergency. Before takeoff and landing, please make sure that your window is open, your tray table is closed, and your seat back is fully
shade,
upright.
I think is what they mean.
Please stow your footrest, video screen, and handset. For more details, Please read the safety card in your seat pocket. Make sure you follow all signs and cabin crew instructions at all times. Thank you for your attention. Our captain and the crew wish you enjoy your flight.
There you go. There's your briefing. Where else can you get that for the low price of free, huh? That was very professional. Very professional. Oh, Corsair. Yes. Yep. The Corsair finally came to the Xbox community last night with the marketplace update. Still no. I know I had it set. I thought I tanked up the plane, but apparently not. Didn't take. I guess we'll have to do it that way. All right. Yeah. Still no liveries for the DC-6. It's kind of disappointing that we still can't get that dealt with. And I know it's not a priority now that everybody's at Flight Sim Expo. I was surprised we actually had a marketplace update last night, to be honest. I thought for sure yeah, with everybody being at Flight Sim Expo that they would have said, we'll do one next week after, everybody's down in Houston partying and whatnot. So, yeah. Probably didn't need to tank it up the whole way, but why does it feel like I'm not sitting correctly? All right. So yeah, it's all right, folks.
Detroit Metro Tower Delta 2749er at runway for right ready for departure.
Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't check to see which. I knew I forgot something. Oh, I am on Southeast Asia. There we go.
Cleared for takeoff runway for right Delta 2749er.
There's the route. In case anybody wants to pop in her last second. Yeah, we are on the Southeast Asia server. There we go. Why does it seem like it's almost like it's snowing? I don't know. of weird. You gotta pull forward a little bit before we. Alright, I think we're just about ready to get out of here. That's alright, no worries. Alright, I think we are all set. Let's go.
$70 knots, 80 knots, V1, rotate, V2,
And away we go. Ooh, lightning flash there.
Going to 125.5, 25 Delta 2749er. Detroit departure Delta 2749er is at 1,800 feet, climbing 13,000 feet.
Wow, this thing is like really climbing quick. We're gonna. Alright, let's turn those off. Yeah. I think Virtual Coal is a European. I think they are. There we go. Look at that. Above the clouds, finally. Didn't take very long. Just nearing 13,000.
Climb and maintain flight level 200 Delta 2749er.
Ooh, that might be a good picture right here. Yeah, I was keen to try to do a flight in the ATR. However, comma pause for effect. The when they did the update earlier this week, it it the windows got all jacked up, and so like there's this weird film kind of thing on the windows that yeah, I mean that's a plane that it's yeah, in order for it to be like a bit realistic, it's got to be kind of a long flight. Um yeah. All right, we're nearing 20. Should be climbing.
Climb and maintain flight level 270 Delta 2749er.
Yeah, 2,000 feet per minute. Well, that should be fine. All right, make sure spoilers are armed. Uh, yeah, I got. It's weird. I have this strange kind of like they when you look at it inside the hangar paradox, it's got a uh, it's got like this weird sort of. It's almost like either it's iced over or something strange has happened to it. But when I looked at it, if you go at it on the tarmac, you know, to start it up, it's got like handprints everywhere. It just and then if you look from the outside looking in at your flight crew, it's like they're ghosted. Right? It's like this weird ghost gray. I don't know. It's very strange. At least that's what I saw. I don't know. Maybe it was just me, or maybe, but yeah, it looked kind of yucky from inside the flight deck there. Yeah, well, like if you go, if you grab one of the ATRs in the hangar and just look at it, like you can go inside the flight deck in the hangar. It's got this weird. It almost like looks like the windows are iced over. I don't know any other way to describe it. Outside look at inside looking out and outside looking in. There's just this strange sort of weird. But again, it maybe it's fixed by now. It just at the time it just seemed like it was something was wrong with the windows since the update. But maybe like it could have just been me that something happened like the I don't know. I flew it a few weeks back. Just I did a quick run from Dublin to Birmingham, I think. Yeah, for Aer Lingus kind of thing. Um, I did okay with it because I did do I put the information in the flight, the FMC and all that. Why am I not? It's like I'm not gaining. My speed is well below where it should be at this point. I don't know. Maybe auto throttle's messed up. Let's see.
Climb and maintain flight level 340 Delta 2749er.
Yeah, I don't know. It's. I haven't looked at it since just to see if maybe it was like a. Okay, now we're losing speed. Okay, it automatically goes all the way forward. Never mind. Okay, now we're kind of. All right. It wants to speed up first, and then we'll. Yeah, this is one of those weird. There we go. Now it's going. So, okay. Well, like I said, it just may have been me. That's all I saw, but it's one of those. It's like one of those things that happens that uh, it it just may have been something on my system. I don't know, but that I just noticed it. I just thought it was kind of strange, and it's typical. It seems sometimes when there's an update on something that it um there's like a little small little hiccup or something, and then it does finally, and some people don't experience it. That's the strange part of it. So, but it's fine. It's perfectly fine. Now I found this yesterday. Which one was it? It was this one. There we go. I just I'll have to double check it again. So Yeah, it's just something I noticed. All right, let's try this again because this is something I did notice last night on this plane. It kind of has this. It was porpoising. I don't know if that's typical. Normally, I would think that it would kind of hold at a steady rate of climb, but I don't know. But, I did. Well, I spawned in. So here's what happened. So I saw it in the hangar. I spawned in on a parking spot to see if it changed anything, and all I noticed was like handprints everywhere. And so I looked outside, so the flight crew was there, but from outside looking in, it had like this very strange, like a weird grayish pink look. So I don't know. It's like I said, that's the that's the thing with this is it seems like there's whenever they do an update, it's they something happens like that but it doesn't happen for everybody, and because of that, it's kind of it's like, well, we can't replicate it, so it doesn't exist. I don't know any other way to put it. So, but I'll have to look again later on just to see if it's changed or not. But because it may have just uh, after a night or two after the update, maybe things kind of settled down. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but I don't. But the hard part is when you, and I've seen it before on the forums, is when you say, well, this has happened, or you put in the trouble ticket on Zendesk and you say, well, this is what I've experienced. Either they say, well, you got to talk to the developer themselves and see what they say. It's like you get bounced all over the place, and then finally somebody says, "Oh yeah, it's a problem. We're working on it." It's just one of those. All right, we should go to 36. Well, yeah, but even the problem is paradox. Even when you show them, if they cannot replicate the issue, then they're just like, well, we don't know what to tell you. You know. So it's fine. I'll double check it again. I don't know. It's just it was a weird thing, but it'll get sorted one way or the other. It may have been an inadvertent. I mean, just it could just affect some people, and you know, so it's fine. because it's just one of those. If only if and some people may not know. It's not like everybody wants the when it comes out, right, that they immediately go in and double check everything. Most people are just kind of like, it'll be fine, and you know, so it's um well, I agree. The problem is, though, as I'm saying, the when you report it, if they cannot replicate the issue or see it themselves, and they're just like don't know what to tell you. That's the drawback of because everybody has different systems. It's just all there's all kinds of factors, and it could just be it takes a moment for the file to actually complete the update. There's a number of issues. I don't know. I it's just something I observed, and it may be fine by now. I don't know. I should have double checked it last night before I went to bed, but I didn't. I was trying to get things ready for today. Well, I all right. Finally at our cruising altitude. Or thereabouts. All right. How far? All right, we're on our way. I remember when this plane first came out, the seats just looked like like the shag carpet thing on it. does this say here? Open the latch, moving the handle down. Remove quick release pin. Push door outwards while holding handle. Remove door side. Huh. Okay. A little jump seat for somebody. All right. Now we just kick back and relax. Where's some of the buttons on the yoke work? That's all right. Well, hopefully everybody's having a nice Friday so far. I said it's probably going to be a quiet stream, but at least today will be. Next week, I'm sure everybody's going to be talking about Flight Sim Expo and some realism mods this week, namely Denmark for the Twin Beach. Yeah, see, we don't get like stuff like that, unfortunately, on the Xbox. We get what we get. We can't have like an overhaul of the like people have the Steam gauge, like a true Steam gauge for the 172, and all the King Air, and like all kinds of stuff that it vastly improves the plane. So we're stuck with what we get, and yeah, it's or well, if they ever allow it, we're gonna have to pay for it. It won't just be like something we can download for free and put in a file somewhere. We'd have to pay for it, and then you would have to. It would be like an option. It wouldn't be. It would just be like another aircraft in your hangar. You know. So, yeah, it's just. I mean, it's fine. Some developers are really good about fixing their, improving upon their aircraft, and some just kind of, it just seems like they've abandoned stuff, or they're just like, it works sufficiently, and there you go. You know, I didn't expect a huge update to the ATR that we got so quickly, but that's good. That you know, they got a fix out there. Slim Ray 6, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Welcome to the Uncle B Sim channel. I'm your host and pilot, Uncle B. We're on our way down to Birmingham-Shuttlesworth in Alabama. Just took off from Detroit Metro Wayne. So yeah, there are some developers that are keen on keeping their stuff updated, and there's some that just put it out and just go like, it's fine. So yeah. All right, where are we at in the flight? Okay, so I know SIY. We got a long distance to go to get there, so we're not getting there anytime soon. But yeah, it'd be nice to have some more options, but I know it's the limitations, and you know, when you introduce more things in, it may cause other things to not work correctly, So I think overall, and I was telling my friend Jody about this. For if you just download the base game for free through Xbox Game Pass, you get a lot for free. Like, you get a lot of aircraft. That includes the 40th anniversary stuff. All kinds of free stuff. So you have way more stuff to. They just really. Well, see, I think though, Spider Steve, the now that we knew about the backlog of updates, it's likely that Coronado had been pushing stuff to Microsoft to be put in the marketplace, because that's the only place you could buy the Coronado stuff is through the InSim marketplace, right? So it's likely that because of the backlog, that their stuff just sat there in a holding pattern, for lack of a better term. But it's easy for people to blame them when they may have done their bit. It's just that because of the backlog, it never got published. But sometimes I do get an update for a Coronado plane, and then it's like you look at the date and you're just like, how are we just now getting this? So I don't know that it's necessarily them. It's easy to say it is, but I'm beginning to think that it's more to do with the way that they did how Microsoft handled the updates to stuff. That's what I think happened. Yeah, I mean, they're fine for, if you're just looking to take off and land and just have a fairly simple experience. They're not bad. They do have some stuff that is, it's okay. For the price you get, it's not going to be study level or anything like that. And not everything probably needs to be. A person should, if they just want to hop in, start the aircraft up, and go for a flight, without all the having to deal with all the extra bells and whistles, you know. So there is a market for it, I think, maybe even more so on the console, because people want something simple to fly, and so they do. Although like the Twin Beach was a bit weird, but that was because some of the switches weren't working correctly, and you had the sound issue, and then a lot of people were put off by that. That the way if you use it in a multiplayer setting, it was just like atrocious, sound wise. So, it's just I don't know, but I do think that I get the sense that a lot of the developers who want to keep their stuff updated just got kind of waylaid by the backlog situation. And so, but then people in the forums basically said, "Oh, this company's crap. They don't care," and that may not necessarily been the truth, you know. So it's hard to say. I mean, DC Designs had to shelve some stuff or delay things because they had to go back, like now that the developers are the ones that have to do all the testing, they have to stop development of other stuff in order to go back and work on fixes. You know, so that delay, it's just one delay leads to another. It's just it's one of those weird things about the sim, I think, and how Microsoft invariably had structured the getting updates out there. Now, some people it's like bang, you get an update very quickly, and other people it seems like it takes a long time to get it. It's boy, since we're on the line. This says we're off the line. I don't know. Well, as long as we're heading in the right direction, that's all that matters. So we got 194 nautical miles. But yeah, it's a kind of a weird situation. But I think we immediately blame the developer instead of saying, well, maybe there's more to it than we're being told. Yeah. And see, that's the drawback is if you buy it through the in-sim marketplace, you're going to wait, instead of a like flightsim.to or wherever else or directly from the developer, you're going to wait forever for an update, you know, in the in-sim marketplace. Because it has to go through the whole Microsoft gauntlet, so to speak, I guess. Hello, Mela. How are you? Nice to see you here. On our way to Birmingham, Alabama. Been in the air for about an hour now, roughly. I think. Yeah, almost an hour. We're on our way. This is one of our long legs here. Got 171, almost 170 nautical miles to go to get to our next waypoint there. I had chicken patties for dinner last night. I know you're going to ask. So that's what I had. Nothing exciting, just chicken patties. Trying to catch them on sale at Wally World while I can. Well, it seems like it's vastly improved since the last, because I remember I've flown this ages ago, and it just I'm okay, thanks. Yeah, just plugging along, just waiting for things to happen, and it's certainly a test of patience dealing with the Veterans Administration and just yeah, it's just been a challenge. It definitely tests your the limits of your patience. Recently, so I had I think last year I did a sleep study, and the doctor said I have sleep apnea, and so I submitted my stuff to the VA, and when I talked to them, they said, "Oh, everything's in a decision process right now," and so I'm thinking any day now they're gonna, press the button and everything's gonna be updated, right? And so then I get an email on Tuesday that was dated the 12th saying, "Oh, due to a backlog, this file has been sent over to this outside nurse practitioner, and this nurse practitioner is going to review your records, and then they may call you if needed to ask you some further questions." There you go. And I'm like, so it was in the decision process, and then all of a sudden you're telling me due to a backlog, somebody's not telling me the truth. I hate to say it. But that, I was just like, yeah, something's not adding up here. So, but then I called the company that was handling my record, or records, and they said, "Oh, the nurse practitioner's already looked at it. Nurse practitioner's going to send it back to the VA." I'm like, wow, okay. So I think that they didn't like the original decision, and they said, "Well, we want a second opinion." They want somebody who's going to give them the no answer. That's what they're looking for. They don't want to say yes, they'd rather say no. And if they can justify the no, "Oh, a independent records reviewer said that no, you don't You don't need to be compensated for this. Well, there we go. Just like they told everybody, oh, if you served in these areas and you were exposed, you know, you were exposed to toxic fumes and whatnot, you have a claim. You just filed that claim and nope. They have you go to you got to go see a person that, like an ENT specialist. No, you don't have sinistus. You don't have all these things. Claim denied. Bang. Well, I was told to file it and that it was an easy yes. Well, you can always appeal. And then they'll just send you to another person that'll say, nope, there's no evidence of this. So, yeah.
Indianapolis Center, Delta 2749er, flight level 360.
You got to be about 150, 140, 130. Just plugging along here. So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with. It's just hey, Sergeant Staff, hello. Welcome to the flight. I saw your pictures. I'm jealous that you get to the Space Center there in Houston. That's what I was planning on doing if I got down there. I was going to go down like a day or two early and just do all the touristy stuff and get that out of the way before the party started. Nice to see you. Hopefully you're well. Well, rubbing elbows with the greats. Yeah, tell Scruffy I said hello. Tell everybody I said hello. Scruffy and Captain Arash, and I wish I could be there to say hello in person. I really do. I was keen on getting down there this year. Well, it would have been my first time going, but things happen for a reason, I guess, as they always say. So, but yeah, I'm jealous. Yeah, great pictures of the. Had dinner with them last night. Nice. Yeah. Oh, well. There's always next time, as they say. Well, Spider Steve, so it's not... So the VA... So you file a claim. So like my knees, for instance. I have degeneration in both my knees. That was diagnosed while I was still in the Army. And so you tell them about that, and they look at the files, they look at the x-rays, they may get updated x-rays, and they know, like, it's never going to improve. Been a blast. I bet it has been. That's fantastic. Man, I so wish I could be there. I'm having apartment fever. There we go. Not cabin fever, apartment fever. So, but they give you, it's just a base 10% for your knees, right? And, some doctors will say, oh, just take, high doses of vitamin D. That'll help kind of keep your joints somewhat healthy. It's just going to slow the degeneration down a bit, but you're going to have arthritis for the rest of your life. And, if it gets really bad, they may think about doing it. Next year's probably off the table for me. I could understand that. I mean, if you go once, I know there's people that have probably gone to all of them, but, it is a lot of traveling and, the cost and everything, food and place to stay and all that kind of stuff, gas, and yeah, it's a lot. But So they give you that, and that's it. It's never going to go higher than 10%. But there's other stuff that you you have to go to all these appointments, and the doctor will ask you questions. Uh, if it's like psychological stuff, you may see you'll see a psychiatrist, for instance, and the psychiatrist will kind of, you know, say, okay, yep, this is my diagnosis based on what you told me, and all this, and then they submit that to the VA, and the VA says, okay, based on the doctor's findings, your percentage for this is whatever, right? And so, but when they um, when they started this, they called it the Presumptive Care Act, or they call it the PACT Act. Uh, Presumptive Care Act, which meant that if you served in an area that you likely were exposed to toxic fumes and whatnot, right? That you were presumed to have these conditions. You didn't have to prove anything else. It was just bang. So I'm in a house with, oh yes, isn't O Can Do coming down there too? Like today or tomorrow or something? I thought O Can Do was coming down there. There was like a whole bunch of people you named off that were supposed to be down there at that house, I thought, or something. Uh, but then they turn around and they send you to all these other outside of the VA provider system to say, well, this person is claiming, oh, not at this house. Oh, okay. He's at a different one. Yeah, I remember you said like there was a bunch of people that were going to be in the area, or they're staying at the house with you or something. I don't know. So now, there's some people got stuff approved and other people got their stuff denied. And okay, Amela. And so now you have to start the appeal process, but then you're stuck in a loop because they're going to just keep sending you to another outside provider that's just going to say, I don't see any evidence of this. Well, it's one of those darned if you do kind of situations. And so a lot of veterans are just like, why did I go through all this to file all this stuff, and then you're telling me the answer's no after all, Okay. Looking forward to it, Sergeant Staff. I really, everything that you show was fantastic. Even something as simple as the rest stop that you stopped at in Indiana. I like that. Yeah, that it's nice to see. Just the travel sort of. Here's my hotel room. I've been in worse. That looked halfway decent. I'm sure it wasn't like, it wasn't a 5-star place, but it was a bed and a shower. That's all you really need. You didn't need anything fancy. But wow. Wow, Sergeant Staff. That's quite a long time. But yeah, that's I really enjoyed that. But the pictures of the Johnson Space Center were fantastic. I really enjoyed those. Yeah, I remember you saying something about that. But it's good that you're there, and hopefully you enjoy the time and get you know enjoy the being around everybody. I know it's not easy. I can understand that, but But good for you for doing it. All right, let's see how much closer we are now. 62. Ooh, boy. Oops. 61. Okay. Well, you got a lot of good people around you, and when Two Tone walks up and knows who you are, along with Muse fan, I'm blown away. Yeah, see, I wouldn't get that. You're more well known than I am. Well, plus they see you on, you have the camera. I don't. So everybody's like, "Who are you?" That's okay. I'm quite happy to have my own little niche here. Well, yeah, like I know Scruffy would probably know me, uh, for sure. Um, but yeah, but yeah, like a lot of the other, and maybe even Captain Arash and a few others, but somebody big like um, Two Tone, or I think Allison would possibly, but Infidel Fireman immediately knew. I can believe that. Yeah. Well, if he's still there, tell him I said hello. Yeah, I wish I could have been there to. But no, some people have been doing this for quite some time, and so they've built a pretty solid following for a number of years, and that's okay. Like I have the usual suspects, as they might say, and I'm okay with that. My numbers say one thing, and I got 244 followers. Uh, does that mean all 244 people are going to be here at one time? No, probably not. I would be overwhelmed if that were the case. But no, it's fine. Uh, it's not everybody can be um, a two tone Murphy, or a somebody like that across the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, I hear you. Only they can be them, and that's okay. I'm quite happy just to be me. You know, and love me or hate me or both at the same time. you know, it's all good. I like I've always say I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's all right. I don't have to be. Just try to get up and do the best I can every day, and that's all I can do. Oh, that's all anybody can do. I've really enjoyed helping Jody kind of learn about flight simming, and I think she's capable of doing a, the big streamers. But honestly, what I do is not a persona. Well, and that's okay. Like I am who I am, but I use the Uncle B name because it worked for me when I did the radio production stuff. So you do kind of create a persona, but at the end of the day, it's still me. For better or worse. uh, I am who I am. I try to be better than I was yesterday. Um, much to the shock of some people, I do try. Uh, but I try to if people are generally interested and said, hey, can you kind of help me learn the ropes? Yeah, I can do I can explain stuff, but it's just you have to get out there and put it all into practice. If you don't, then I can't. Like if I'm sitting next to somebody and they say they're the one flying, but I really am. If I'm flying the plane for them, then it's not, you're not telling the truth, right? You're not being honest about. Uh, you are. I think it does, Sergeant Staff. Oh, real quick, the Corsair finally came out on the Xbox last night. In the marketplace, like 34.99 or something like that. But no, you you're very you explain what it is that you're doing when you're doing the on-air stuff, and this is what we're doing today. I like that aspect of it. Like it may, some people might think it's cheesy, but you enjoy it because it's something that you you like to do, these little cargo flights or delivering people to some far-flung place in Alaska or whatever. It gives you a reason to fly in the sim, and there's nothing wrong with that. I like that aspect of it. you know it makes it fun. It makes it, if there's like a little backstory, it makes it interesting. uh okay, so we just got there. Where's our next? Oh, okay. Oops. Uh-oh. See, that's what happens when you...
Descend and maintain flight level 300 Delta 27499.
Okay, so it looks like we're getting told to start descending. Well, now. Yeah, I mean that part of it too. Like you spent a lot of time researching the shipwrecks and the story with everybody that was involved, and like the owner of the boat and the captain, and all that kind of stuff. It's very fascinating because most people don't know about those stories, especially if they're not from the area. They don't know the history of it. You know, that's the history of the people of the area, and that's important to be told. Um, so no, I like that aspect of it. You put a lot of thought. Just like Viper Strike and a lot of his streams that he does. It's all educational. It's about the history and all kinds of cool stuff. That makes it much more engaging. Oh yeah, commercial. Sorry. Um, there's I like that part of it. I'm guessing we won't be allowed to say, can we go? Well, let's see what happens when we get to 30,000 feet. All right. Let's open up the menu here. Nope. It's alrighty. So we'll probably stay here. Oh no, we're gonna drop more. We have to be at about 16,000 feet by the time we get to Negi. All right, so yeah, we should be dropping further here in a minute, I think. Wow, okay.
Descend and maintain 16,000 feet Delta 27499.
And away we go. Oh, so can we do the... I don't think it'll do the before. Yeah, let's see if it'll do it on its own. They love the shipwrecks. Yeah, I do. I definitely do. That's how I found your channel, was when you were doing the shipwreck stuff, and I was yeah, I really enjoyed just kind of sitting back and learning the history of the area and the people and all that stuff. That was absolutely fascinating, I thought. All right, so we got to get ready to land here pretty soon. That's a fall thing, yeah. All right. Take care, Sergeant Staff. Enjoy your time. Say hello to everybody for me. Well, at least the people who know me. All right. We should be on our way to... Yep. All right. There we go. Hey, I completely understand. You're doing good. Doing good. You too. You too. Alright, so we should... Oh, I thought there was a placard somewhere that had... Usually there is. It has like the speeds and all that and when to drop flaps. I thought there was one here somewhere, but maybe not. Usually it's like right around here somewhere. Maybe there used to be, but they... Or would it be there? Oh yeah, you can't read it. Yeah. Oh well. That's alright. Okay. So I know we had, there was like a... Yeah. As we get closer, we should probably go down. I know they'll probably tell us to drop a little bit more altitude there. I don't think we can... Nope. Alright, so we're going to have to just kind of sit back and wait for them to tell us the next step here. It's like Alabama is covered in clouds. Or Birmingham, I should say. There we go.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet Delta 2749er.
G. All right.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 6 approach.
All right, so we gotta have to dump quite a bit more altitude once we get to 10, I would think. I'm gonna have to start slowing the plane down. I wonder if I can get a. Well, we're descending pretty rapidly, well, kind of rapidly. So let me get the flight stick ready here. All right, let's have a look here. 27. Airport should be to our left coming up. We just got to pass over the interstate. Lit a furnace in the basement. Yeah, it's that's just I guess that's the engine noise itself. Like that's the legit sort of sound it makes. They have changed the sounds a little bit. I think they've improved them.
Delta 2749er. Atlanta Center Delta 2749er 10,000 feet. Delta 2749er Atlanta Center altimeter 29er.9er 8, continue to the G as planned.
I don't think I did. We should be descending further by now, I would think, because we are 19 nautical miles. I would think we would go to 3,000 feet here, because otherwise we're going to miss our approach. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't put the flight from the other day. Did I? I don't think I. No, I did download that one. There was a flight I didn't put on YouTube. Might have been, was it Tuesday? It was Tuesday's flight when I did the flight from Manchester or from Heathrow to Venice. Yeah, that one's not been put on YouTube. That's right. Forgot about that. Have to put that on there. Okay. It's gonna be. Oh man, come on. We should have been like starting to drop altitude by now. I would think we're almost 10 nautical miles out from there. What's the distance from? It's like right there. Yeah, we should be dropping altitude by now. Well, I'm gonna get an earful. Well, see if I do it now. I ooh, undecided. Yeah, don't know what to tell you on that one. Oh boy. Yeah, I think all right. We're just gonna go ahead and make the decision, and we're just gonna get an earful. Oops, other way, other way, other way, other way. And just hope that they're gonna tell us to go to 3 anyway. Yeah. Nope. We need to get ready to land.
Climb and maintain 10,000 feet Delta 2749er.
Taking a gamble here that they're going to tell us to go there. Hey, I got it right.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet Delta 2749er.
Suck it, ATC. Suck it. All right. I know it's to our left. I think. Is that it over there? That kind of looks like a airport over there under the haze. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey.
Ensure the window is open, the tray table is closed, and the seat back is fully up. Video screen and headset, fasten and adjust the seat belt. Thanks.
There you go. There's your landing briefing. Very professional. So I'll just leave that right where it is, and once we touch down, it'll give you the landing briefing too. All right, we're almost at 3,000 feet. All right, another set of flaps. Oh, why is it doing that? Okay. Let's turn that off. We don't need that flashing. Oh, the stream is just a little bit behind there. Do a refresh. There we go. All right, I know we have to turn. I know the airport is somewhere over in that direction. Should be turning towards the airport here pretty soon. There we go.
123.8 for Delta 2749er. Birmingham approach Delta 2749er 3,000 feet.
think if I hadn't gassed it up all the way, we would have definitely run out of fuel. Or I could have gone like, up with the lawnmower, put AstroTurf down. Yeah, you could. Wouldn't have to worry about the upkeep. You know, mowing, keeping the lawn all nice and clean cut. I guess we could have waited, but I was getting a little bit worried that we were going to run out of time and we weren't going to get down to a decent altitude for to be set for landing. That's all right. We're just cruising right along here at 3,000 feet. It's 7:45 in the morning here in Birmingham. All right, and now we should get ready to turn in towards the airport. There we go.
Descend and maintain 2,600 feet Delta 2749.
Ooh, we got a tailwind. Ah. Well, now. Let's see. Yeah. True spiders. All right, let's get ready to land here.
Tower on 118.25 Delta 27. Birmingham Tower Delta 2749er 12 miles southwest inbound ILS runway 6 approach. Delta 2749er Birmingham Tower. Altimeter 29.98 wind calm cleared ILS runway 6 approach. Cleared ILS runway 6 approach Delta 2749er.
Now, will the approach mode work? No, we are. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Approach, approach, approach. Wow, we totally just went right up in the air. Okay. Autopilot off. This is what I was afraid was going to happen. Yeah. Okay.
Cleared to land runway 6 Delta 2749er.
All right, I got to get this on the ground, folks. Sorry. Oops. Shoot. I was afraid this is what was going to happen. That last bit of flaps, I probably should have waited. It may not even have been necessary to... I got to get that auto throttle off, too. Shoot. Yeah, this is what... This is probably not the best way to do this, but we're gonna make it work one way or the other. So the approach mode doesn't work. At least not that I can tell. All right, we got this.
$400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
That was a rough one. Oof.
That the contents of the upper luggage rack could move during the flight. Be careful opening it. Passengers in transit with a connection to another destination, please go to the airline counter at this airport. Our staff will gladly help you in the process. The captain and crew of this flight, we thank you for flying with us. We wish you a happy stay.
Well, there you go. You got your briefing too. Your post-landing briefing. Man, I did not think that was going to work. So the landings are just something I got to get a little bit better with on this aircraft. Yeah, that was a bit of a rough one though. We were trying to get the speed down to a... Yeah. Can I get to the turn first? Yeah. Snag, nag, 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 nag. Hey, look at that. Yeah, I was okay one. It was rough though. I hit the ground a little harder than I wanted to, but we made it. I didn't think we would because boy, that putting that last set of flaps down. Maybe I don't really need them, but the approach mode doesn't really work. It didn't seem like it never took. That's okay. We if we still would have made it one way or the other. We have enough training, as they would say, to land it without. As long as we have the guidelines and whatnot for. We're okay. Well, on behalf of myself and entire flight crew, would like to welcome you to Birmingham-Shuttlesworth International. Local time is 7:55 in the morning. We understand and appreciate the fact that it's Friday. Finally. Almost, we got one more Friday in the month. Hard to believe we're already getting through June. So there we are. We'll be back at it on Monday in the DC-6. Flight plan will be forthcoming. Not sure. It might be a bit of a long one, though. I gotta look. Maybe a bit more than I could do on a Monday. I don't know. We'll see. I have to look at I think the next destination is like hours and hours away. So we'll see what we're going to do about that. I don't know that there's a spot along the way that we could stop at. Kind of break it up. We'll pass the line there. Okay. All right. I think that's as good as it's going to get. I don't know why that's doing that. All right, there we go. Let's see. Let's go ahead and shut everything down. One for. Nope, it's not. All right, we just got to find the batteries, which I believe are right. Batteries.
Autopilot.
There we go. 1 hour 38. There we go. Get out of there because it sounds like there's like a haunted. Yeah. 1 hour 38 in the air. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. That was about what I figured it would be. It said almost closer to 2, but we did pretty well, I think, on the time. And once we got up to a cruising altitude and all that. So anyway, that's going to do it for today, folks. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and go over here so I can. Matter of fact, let's look at the ATR, shall we? While we're here, I just want to see if maybe it's changed. It's way up, 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 up. There it is. This is what I saw from the inside. If look, now it's probably going to be different once it spawns in. Of course, now it's different. Making a liar out of me. Oh, man. See? All this was all like it was almost like it was iced up. Making me look like a dummy. Man, unbelievable. So if we go, where was it that, Nantucket right there. And go to the startup spot right about here. Part, oops, not that one. That one, part. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, of course it makes me look like a fool, because I'm like, I know what I saw. No, it wanted to have a laugh at me. They're like, look, he told everybody it looks like, Mm-hmm. Typical. Frickin' typical. Unbelievable. But let's see what it looks like on the ground now. If I still get that same... Nope, now it looks... I could punch this plane. Man. Yeah, I did. That's the funny thing. I always do that. I always do a restart. So, but it seems to me, and I've noticed this before, whenever there's big updates, it's like it takes a few hours after the fact. Like it still takes its time to put all the information there. And I think that's what it might have been. It's either that or it had a conflict with... I did have a different livery set on here, and it may be a conflict with the livery set. So maybe that's what created it. I don't know. So I do have... This one's from Four Simmers. They have ones for the 42-600 and the 72-600. So yeah. But yeah, that figures. Well, let's see. That was the 42. Let's go to the 72 and see if we still have... if it's got the same issue or not. Nope. Okay. It might have been a glitch with the liveries then, because I did change the livery thing out. Because Four Simmers has of quite a few more liveries than the other one did. So okay, well, now that I look like a complete tool. Anyway, yeah, what can you do? Anyway, well, that'll do it. Thank you all for coming in and hanging out. We'll try to wrap up here before we have another set of lovely commercials. So, thank you all for coming in and hanging out. Hopefully, you enjoyed today's flight. Sorry for the bumpy landing, but hey, the announcement stuff worked. Kinda. Welcome to the destination airport. You too, Steve. And we'll be back on Monday in the Embraer, or not the Embraer, in the DC-6, not the Embraer, not the ATR. Yeah, we'll do a flight in the DC-6. Matter of fact, why don't we just look real quick while we're here? I think I can remember where we last left off at. If not, something will remind me of my recent landing. Let's see. That was in Africa. It was, well... yeah, we were like way down here somewhere. Let me look at the... let's have a look here at FS Hub. It'll tell me where we last flew. Maybe. Great. Now. Got it. Okay. Let's see. That was FOOG. I think was the last one we did. No, FCPP. FCPP. Right there. What does it say? Starting from runway 17. Depart. So we could go maybe. Oh, right there. FNSO. Yeah. We'll go there. Let's see, runway 24 arrival. That's only 20 minutes. Oh no, that's too short. What about here? FNLU 4th of February. Okay. Let's say runway 5 arrival. Okay, there we go. That's our flight on Monday then. We'll do that. And in the DC-6. So Point Noir to 4th of February. So we'll do that. And then we'll continue. Next time we'll continue from there. So there we go. All right, yeah. So now we'll just do a quick flight on Monday. How about that? So anyway, do enjoy the rest of your Friday morning, afternoon, evening, early Saturday for some folks around the world already. I have been and always shall be your host and pilot. Sorry, I didn't mean to clear my throat in your ear. I have been and always shall be your host and pilot, Uncle B. Until Monday, peace, live long and prosper.